Okay, so Windows 10, I guess the normal support for the product has expired. And I was wondering, well, what if I'm one of those folks that just got a G2, a G3 that is not, um, technically supported by Windows 11? It comes with a Windows 10 license, preferably a Windows 10 Pro license. Can I still install it? What's going to happen? What's the experience? So I wanted to grab the latest and greatest Windows 10 and run through the install and also see what happens afterwards. This is just a normal HP EliteDesk G3 Mini. If you look on the back, it does look like it should give me the Windows 10 Pro. I checked on the HP Parts Surfer, but the specs for this serial number were, pretty sparse. Didn't give a lot. Normally, it'll specifically call out the Windows license, but we'll see when we install it. I just threw in a normal NVMe drive in here. Just to make it a little faster, we'll walk through as far as grabbing the ISO file, using Rufus to create a bootable installer, and we'll run through and then we'll see what happens afterwards. Now, the irony with installing Windows 10 on a new computer is that you already need a computer to be able to pull down the ISO, create the bootable installer. So if you literally had no other machine at your home, it can be a little out of luck. So this assumes obviously that we have a machine that we can use for grabbing the installer. I'm just going to type in Windows 10 ISO. You want to make sure you go to the one from Microsoft, download Windows 10 disk image. We notice here that it's version 22H2, which is supposed to be the latest and greatest. We're not doing an update. We are going to create, we want to create the Windows 10 installer media. So I'm going to say download now. It's a pretty fast download because all it is just a simple program that then is going to pull the ISO for us. So we'll go ahead and run it. That part with the sort of getting things ready at the beginning looked like it took maybe 45 seconds to go through. We'll accept their license. More things to get ready. Okay, at this point we want to say create installation media. Next. You can keep it as is. Really, if you uncheck this, there's really not any change. I doubt you're going to, go with the 32-bit. But I guess it could be if you did want to change the language. So that might be something that would be useful. So you could uncheck this so that you can make the changes. I'm going to leave everything as is. Say next. What I want to do is I want to create a ISO file. This gives you the flexibility if you're using Ventoy, some other kind of method. This way, also you have a file in case you want to create more media. I always grab the ISO file, and I'm just gonna so that I know which one I'm dealing with. I'm gonna call it 22H2. Save. And then now it's going to download. So we'll come back when that's finished. This part of the process seems to take the longest, where it actually is creating the Windows 10 media, just in case you're wondering as you're going through. And at this point, we're not going to burn the ISO to a DVD or anything, because instead we're going to put it onto a thumb drive. So we'll just say finish. And then we're done. Okay, so I generally, when I've got ISOs, I'm going to do installs. I prefer Ventoy, but since this we want to just make it as, you know, simple. We're going to use Rufus. If you don't already have Rufus, just go, and then you can go to the, make sure again you're going to the Rufus, what is it, rufus.ie, go to the downloads, and then you can pretty much take whatever is here for the latest and greatest. It's very tiny because really there's no install, it just runs. So what we're going to want is and I would recommend get yourself a USB 3.0 thumb drive. It's going to be a lot faster. The install is going to go a lot faster, so that way then when, as far as getting everything configured. So I'm going to go ahead and stick my 3.0 in right now. I'm going to find my Rufus. I'm going to open it. Okay, so we're going to find there's our ISO. It already knows that I've an updated version. Sure, go for it. Oh, here it is. Sorry. It already knows it's going to put it onto the drive that I stuck in. This is probably a drive I've used for other things, so it's okay. I'd keep everything else as far as the defaults. We'll say start. Yeah, that's fine. For this particular, you can just keep everything the same. Whether you want to create a local account with a particular username, I'll do hand-me-down tech. We'll say okay, and that's fine. Most likely you would probably be putting it onto a thumb drive that's empty, so you wouldn't have to see a lot of these things. We'll let this run. You can see it's going pretty fast, so we'll come back when it's finished. That took probably about 10 minutes to create it. So at this point we can say close, and we'll eject our thumb drive, and now we can start the install. Okay, I've got power booted up. I put the thumb drive in one of the front slots. I hit escape as it was coming up because I wanted to show you a couple things you may want to check before you dive into the install. We'll go into the BIOS setup. You'll want to have your network connected. You might as well, when you're here, do the update system BIOS. You can check for BIOS updates, and it will tell you if the if you're running the latest and greatest. In my particular case, the current is 2.50. I don't want to roll back, so I'm going to cancel. I want to go to advanced and go to secure boot configuration. I want to make sure that the secure boot is enabled, so that way then it's just going to make the install. Windows prefers to be in a secure boot setup. And that's about it. You may need, as you're booting up, if for some reason you're installing over an existing setup of Windows, you're going to need to hit F9, hit escape, then hit F9, go in and choose the your Windows 10 boot disk as the one to boot from. So let's do ignore. There's nothing I had to change. You want to ignore? Sure. And then I'm going to do the same thing. As I'm just going to, as it's booting, hit escape a couple times, especially when you see this HP Sure Start. Okay, we'll go down to boot menu. And in my particular case, it's this Kingston. And so I'll go ahead and boot from it. Okay, we'll just do, if you needed to change the language, any of the other types of setups, we'll just take next. And then we'll just say install now. If you have a unit that has the embedded license, which pretty much all the Elite desks and Pro desks have, you should never be asked along the way for a license key, because it just knows based on what you have what it's going to install. Okay, I want to say custom, which is install Windows only. In my particular case, looks like I've used this NVMe drive for other things, so I'm just going to delete these various partitions until I'm just left with one giant unallocated space. Okay, and now I can say next. And we're just about there. Going to the next phase. And at this point, it's going to restart, and then it's going to get more into the meat and potatoes of the installation. Mine rebooted a couple times before it got to this particular spot. So if you do see that happening, no need to panic. You then start seeing this area, or this particular message. The screen kind of shrinks down a little bit, and we'll let it continue. Okay, so usually I'll just pick the setup for personal use. Okay, now this is the let's add your account. So I'm going to go and say offline because I want to see what happens if later I add it, and the whole. Anyway, I'm just going to go with the offline account. Let's just say next. Let's see. I think if I do next. Oh, it's just going to go back. Okay, we'll say offline. Our limited experience. Who's going to use this? We'll just say HMDT. Oh boy, security questions. We'll say not now. Skip. We definitely don't want Cortana. Okay, now it's just going to run through its usual hi, we're getting ready, all that sort of stuff for you. Well, that was actually a little different than, I guess I've been doing so many Windows 11 installs. It's definitely different. So I'm just going to say on here, continue. And let's see, let's look at our system. And if we look, we've got Windows 10 Pro, just like I thought would happen. We got the 22H2 when it was installed. Let's see what happens when we try to get any updates. Okay, well, let's see. Let's do check for updates. Oh, wow. Okay, I guess it does have a lot there. Okay, it's doing all of the update for Windows 10. We'll just let it run this and see what we get. So this is what I was expecting to see is I get Windows 10 installed, I do any kind of updates, and then finally it basically says that my version has reached the end of support. Now, what's interesting, I had to do this a couple times as far as checking for updates, but finally it came up with this enroll in extended security updates. Enroll to stay, protected and so forth. Now, I don't want to pay for anything, but I believe if I do the enroll now, I should be given the option, I think as long as I set up, I'm probably going to have to link this to a Microsoft account, but let's see what we get here. Okay, so go next. Okay. So this is where we're going to need to create a Microsoft account. So I'm going to go ahead and log in with my Microsoft account. Okay, so it says that my Microsoft account is already enrolled in the Windows 10 Extended Security Updates program, which probably is because I had another VM that was Windows 10, and I recently did the same thing and it added it. But I believe for anybody else, the same sort of thing would apply, is that you should get it at no extra cost. I'm going to go ahead and say add device. All right, so now I'm going to get another year of updates free, and I've enrolled in these extended security updates, and I'm done. So I should now, let's say in November, I should be able to get my updates that normally I would not get. Interesting. So here's you're up to date. Let's try seeing what happens when we check for updates. All right, well, I am getting, oh, well, it kind of came and went, but I was getting more Defender updates. That I'm not sure about if that would continue regardless, but at least it's not telling me that my support is done. So, in this crazy world as far as the end of Windows 10, you can get another year for free, and that way your devices that are not truly compatible with Windows 11 can continue. Now, if you do want Windows 11, check out my other videos which talk about what you have to do in order to be able to upgrade, let's say something that's on an older CPU, the TPM is in a 2.0, that sort of thing. It's pretty straightforward. I've been running Windows 11 on a G3 EliteDesk Mini for probably a year and a half or more. I'm doing this particular video on that particular one. So, and I continue to get Windows 11 updates. I am being told though that I would have to, whenever I go, like there's a major change, like it goes from, I don't know, 22H2 to 23H2 or whatever it might be, you do have to then pull down the ISO and run the update on your own as opposed to having it pulled down. It's not a real big deal. I've already done it myself, and it went through A-OK.